Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I want you to see this photo. This apparently came out of Davos 2022. This person says it confirms every fear they've expressed about plans for DeFi. The plan's always been to endure this shadow phase, infiltrate DeFi with WEF partners like Chainlink and M&M, then swoop in and take over by the big banks to legitimize. I've told you this for a long time, folks. And if you look at this, they call it a big shift. This is an actual slide from there based on what they're saying here. A big shift is in motion. The largest tier one custodians invest in the infrastructure to safeguard the market, triggering a virtuous cycle of adoption. This shift creates new regulatory standards, banks setting up the gold standard of compliance. This is what I've been telling you, folks. Gary Gensler's there to hand this off to the banks, okay? And all of this, if you look, in my opinion, the whole Bitcoin and Ethereum thing, it was all a prototype. Look what they call it. Shadow crypto finance. Like, this is just it was a prototype, the whole Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all of that. Then when the banks are ready, banks and regulated FIs, this is wave one, and then wave two. This is what Gary Gensler's there for. He's setting it up to hand this industry off to Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and the boys. That is what's been going on all along. I believe that XRP and XLM are at the top of the stack. I think that this is all, of course, this goes in the All the World's a Stage file. I believe that XRP and XLM are set up to somehow, or at least XRP, to bridge all of this. And I believe USDC runs on Stellar for a reason. But this, to me, is a very important couple of slides. Now, listen to what this Gregory Mannarino says. Listen to this. Because I think at the end here, he's very right, too.
All right, but we're talking about the dollar in relationship to other currencies. That's what we're talking about. Yes, this should be no surprise to anyone that follows this blog. I've told you from a long time ago that the comparative strength, relative strength of the dollar would remain high. We're in a race to the bottom. Central banks are doing this deliberately. They are killing their currencies by design.
It's a controlled demolition, folks.
People, unless you really don't understand what's going on, we're moving very rapidly into a completely new system. And that's why central banks are doing this to their currencies, okay? It's a whole new set of rules. As I told you, it's already here, and a whole new environment is developing. And it's all leading towards this climax that I've been telling you is coming. A complete meltdown in the debt market beyond anyone's wildest dreams. That is going to happen. And that's going to destroy the stock market, and cash is just going to move from one set of assets into another. This is why, in my view, I've been screaming.
Here it is.
Rooftops. For a long time now, you need exposure to commodities. You need to hold physical gold and physical silver. And yes, in my opinion, still cryptocurrencies, because I believe, and I could be wrong on this. I'm just telling you what I believe is the most likely scenario to happen when cash starts leaving the debt market in mass, putting pressure on the stock market. So this cash is just going to move into other assets. And that is, again, commodities, all of them, okay? Suppressed assets, gold, silver, I think platinum, palladium.
And I do mean suppressed.
As well. And I think the market cap of cryptos is going to balloon.
I believe so too. And by the way, I just bought more XLM. In my opinion, if XRP gets clarity, XLM gets clarity. I believe XRP and XLM, those are my top two crypto by a long shot. And I'm also doing what he just said. I'm buying gold through Glint, because this way I have my Glint debit card that allows me to spend my gold if I want to. I've got some physical gold and silver too, which you can buy physical gold on Glint, but I buy it through Glint. I want to have a certain amount through Glint so that I've got spendable gold, because if things really hit the fan and people and you have a hyperinflationary situation, this would be a nice thing to have. I'll put this link to this. They're one of my sponsors. I'll put this at the top of the description of this video. Check this out. These people, after all of that money that was lost, and remember, XRP is dangerous to almost all of these exchanges, but now they're going to come out with a Luna 2.0, and these exchanges are going to support Luna 2.0. But most of these exchanges will not list XRP. What in the world? Now, check this out. The guys at Link2 were at the NASDAQ. This is big. This is like a behind the scenes. Apparently, their interview is going to air on Sunday.
We then identify companies, specific companies within those sectors.
That's Joe Indoso, the COO of Link2.
Then we think are going to be the survivors, are going to be the ones that are most competitive, will take the most market share. And that
pretty cool stuff. All right, and then here's an interesting video. I wonder which currency they are describing here. Tell me what this one sounds like.
Yeah,
I think this is a congressional, some type of a hearing on Zoom.
Yeah, the currency that is backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government naturally provides interoperability between different platforms. And so in that kind of a world, you'd still have a digital asset that would have the backing of the U.S. government, and therefore would naturally be that kind of neutral settlement asset layer. And different stablecoins could then, have different attributes and be part of different ecosystems.
Now, I love what this person right here said. Must be killing her not to say XRP or Ripple. Exactly. Now, if you want to talk about a freaking hitting a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth at Yankees Stadium in the World Series for the Yankees to win, not the Atlanta Braves, but really I'd rather look at the Atlanta Braves win, but most of you would rather the Yankees win. You want to talk about a grand slam? This is a grand slam. John Deaton's law firm put this out. How did this happen? The evidence has been referred to in power, and now the SEC OIG needs to act, connect to Congress, and demand they support an investigation. Folks, I want you to retweet this all over the place. Copy your congressman, your congresswoman. Copy all of the people from the finance committee in Congress, the blockchain caucus, whoever. Copy them in on this because they need to see it, and here I'm going to show it to you now.
2017, when William Hinman was named Director of Corporation Finance at the SEC, he fought behind the scenes while in office to keep getting millions of dollars in payments from his old law firm, Simpson Thacher. Hinman was warned repeatedly that this meant if he did anything as a public official that affected Simpson Thacher, he'd be breaking the law. Simpson Thacher joined the enterprise Ethereum Alliance, a group with the sole mission to promote Ethereum, while paying Hinman millions. In 2018, Hinman gave a high-profile speech declaring that Ethereum's digital token, Ether, is not a security.
We believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
The price of Ether immediately took off.
There, that was after the comments by the SEC. So, interesting market action there, right? Whoa.
Did William Hinman break the law? Federal rules say that even the appearance of a conflict is a serious violation by public officials. How did this happen? Why was Hinman allowed to promote Ether in a speech given his financial conflicts? And how did a speech involving so much of the SEC staff that was certain to move the crypto markets fail to be screened for conflicts that would have been found with a single Google search? The crypto markets are in turmoil, and investors don't feel protected. How can we have confidence in the SEC if conflicts of interest are left unchecked? It's time for an investigation. A watchdog organization, Empower Oversight, has sent a formal referral of evidence on Hinman to the SEC's Inspector General. Now they need to act. Only Congress has oversight on the SEC. Demand your lawmakers support an investigation. Connect to Congress today.
How awesome is that? And then John Deaton retweeted and he said, I'll be sending a letter to all members of the Banking and Financial Oversight Committees in both the House and the Senate asking them to make specific inquiries directed at the SEC and support the Empower referral. And what we'll be doing here on this channel is making sure that we embarrass any and all Congress people who refuse to acknowledge or act on this, because this is obvious stuff. Right, Warren Davidson? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that this is so obvious and nobody has done anything to call for an investigation yet. We're going to point out who does it.